afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, we'd like you guys to either hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that very, very much. I'm close to getting up to 500 subscribers. I'm close to getting monetized. Would appreciate that very much if you guys can help me out a bit. So let's get into this. So right now, I did a report that Jennifer Salke looks like that she's gone and she's out of Amazon. They try to cover up that she's not fired. They're just putting her in a different position and everything. But I believe she's gone. And of course, the truth has been revealed. Jennifer Salke was fired and everyone knew it. Puck reporter confirms Amazon head did not gracefully resign to produce. So, she's out the door because everything that's been happening with Amazon has been going to a disaster, bro. And this is why you go woke, you're going to go broke eventually, bro. So let's take a read at this. For anyone paying attention, the announcement that Jennifer Salke was stepping down as head of Amazon Studios didn't pass the smell test. The language was corporate friendly, the tone soft, and the messaging was all about her next chapter as a producer. But the moment the email hit inboxes, the reaction across the industry was anonymous. Jennifer Salke was fired. Now Puck's Matthew Belloni has confirmed what everyone already suspected. In a recent report, Belloni calls it what it was and an ceremonious ouster of one of the most powerful and polarizing figures in the modern Hollywood streaming era. And while the official line from Amazon is that Salke will be launching a new production company with a first look deal at the studio, it was a well-worn Hollywood face-saving maneuver. The truth is, she didn't resign, she was removed. Jennifer Salke was fired, according to Belloni, and anyone with eyes and a shred of common sense. I kind of saw that, but I wanted to hold off and make sure and be sure. But I kind of figured that she did get fired, you know, because everything that has been happening, bro, it was going into ruin. So let's take a look at this and see what we have. Like many of the executive firings lately, Belloni writers, this one seems simultaneously abrupt and long overdue. The inevitable fallout. Salke's tenure at Amazon was marketed by sky-high budgets, massive bets on IP, and results that ranged from mixed to disastrous. Her most high-profile gamble, The Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power, was touted as a cultural phenomenon in the making, mostly by her. Instead, it became a cautionary tale. So, let me drink this water before we get started. Damn. It's always good to drink water. So, Rings of Power, these people, the writers, the showrunners, and her, they did not want to follow the source material. I mean, it was so simple. Doing any franchise, you should always follow the source material and listen to the fans. If you do both, I guarantee it, your project will be successful. It'll be the best hit ever. If they would have followed the source material on this Rings of Power series, bro, I would have been enjoying it. Everybody would have been enjoying it. Salke would have still had a job. But of course, they didn't listen. They didn't even take Peter Jackson's advice. They didn't even take his advice. It went into ruin. So, that's what they got, what they deserve, man. So, let's get a look at it. Season 1 reportedly cost Amazon upwards of $500 million, with a total investment approaching $1 billion, including marketing and development. Viewership initially looks promising. Nearly 8 billion minutes watched, but only 30% of the viewers actually finished the season. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Season 2 cratered, dropping to around 3 billion minutes viewed per the 2024 Illuminate report of a 60% decline in audience. Despite this, Salke publicly instead the series was a hit. Yeah, you confirmed it was a hit, right? If it was, you wouldn't be fired, my dear. There was over 150 million viewers watching and engaging with the show. She told Deadline. So I really feel real good, really good. I think we all do. Yeah, right. But industry insiders didn't buy it. Nielsen numbers, fan backlash, and disappearance of cultural buzz told a different story. The disconnect between the executive spin and on the ground reality became impossible to ignore, and the whispers of Salke's departure grew louder. Telling you, man, if you keep messing around with these franchises, you're going to be ruined. Now, here's this one. I was going to talk, there was a news article of this. I was going to talk about this, but since it's here, I might as well talk it here. 100 million flea bag vanity deal gone nowhere. All right, here it is. Perhaps no decision under Salke's leadership better illustrates the discount between hype and results than the deal with Fleabag creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Salke handed Waller-Bridger a $100 million exclusive development deal with Amazon. What followed was years of meetings, developments, announcements, and absolutely nothing. So, Phoebe, what I've read about her, Phoebe Waller was supposed to be doing a live Tomb Raider series, but we've had nothing. We haven't heard anything yet. We haven't heard nothing of a plot. They're trying to find it. Right now, all we know is they were trying to find an actress that was not the same physical attributes as we had in Lara Croft in history, and especially they were trying to find. I think they were trying to find her a love relationship with a female, basically make her a lesbian. I tell you this, man. I mean, I'm wondering if they're gonna fire Phoebe Waller, man. So let's take a read at this and keep going. Waller-Bridger exited the Mr. and Mrs. reboot, came up with empty-handed with the Tomb Raider series she had been attached to write and showrun, and never delivered a single completed project under the Amazon banner. So she's been getting paid $100 million, and she's done nothing. Absolutely nothing, bro. And this is under Salke, Jennifer Salke. Under Jennifer Salke. So, the Bond blunder. Here we go. If Rings of Power was the most visible misstep, the battle over James Bond franchise was perhaps the most humiliating. Following Amazon's $8.5 billion acquisition of MGM, Salke was tasked with helping to integrate the iconic property into Amazon's broader content strategy. But Barbara Broccoli, the fiercely protective steward of the Bond brand, reportedly clashed with Salke and then refused to work with her. Broccoli made her displeasure clear in 2022, telling The Guardian, Bond is not a content brand, it's a cinematic experience. We're not going to be rushed into anything by people who are just trying to fill slots on a platform. Well, while she didn't name Salke directly, the target was obvious. According to Baloney, Broccoli's resistance forced Amazon to pay a massive sum just to free the IP from her creative control, despite already owning MGM. It was a public embarrassment for the studio and another black mark on Salke's record. The tipping point. Baloney notes that rumors of Salke's dismissal had circulated for weeks, but many brushed them off. Salke herself was reportedly preparing remarks for CinemaCon just days before the announcement. Her ouster came swiftly, just ahead of the major industry presentations, a move designed to avoid putting a soon-to-be terminated executive on stage in front of advertisers and press. Adding insult to injury, Amazon won't be replacing her. The head of Amazon Studios' role in is being eliminated altogether. Courtney Valentini and Vernon Sanders will report directly to Mike Hopkins. This isn't something that's done when an executive steps down. It's a carefully calculated strategic movie that shakes up a major studio. When the world heard that the position was eliminated, everyone instantly assumed that Jennifer Salke had been fired. It's a quiet firing, to be sure, with the edges sanded down for PR purposes. A legacy rewritten. Salke's supporters will point to successes like Reacher, Fallout, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But the broader story of her tenure is one of the ballooning budgets, for fan backlash, eternal confusion, and a growing disconnect between the creative community and the studio leadership. A $100 million deal with Waller Bridger, the Rings of Power collapse, the Bond standoff, the executive reshuffling, the constant instance that everything is fine when the numbers clearly said otherwise. Jennifer Salke may now call herself a producer, but the industry knows what happened, and according to Matthew Baloney, so does she. So, I will say this right now. I say this. If Jennifer Salke would have just listened to the fans, follow the source material on the Rings of Power, people would have been swarming into Amazon watching this show and watching whatever shows and movies they got in there, man. But right now, it's in ruin. And right now, you got 007 coming in there. I hope to God they do not ruin that franchise, Bo. We have the last season of The Boys coming up soon. I haven't heard nothing yet, but it is coming out soon. They are doing that spin-off, the Gen, I think it is. The Gen V, I think it was. I'm not sure what it was. The second season of that spin-off is coming out. I heard Reacher 3 was a successful hit. So I'll try to get back into watching it, you know. But like I said, dude, I mean, these franchises, especially Rings of Power, man, it really hurt the fans. And Jennifer, sorry to say it, girl, but you deserve what you got. So that's going to be it for this article. So you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. So thank you all for watching this video. And thank you for being part of the channel. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you all so much. And I will be seeing you all until next time. Bye, everyone.